Have you ever looked at a sales page for a new AI tool and just been blown away? Ever wonder how they're built to be so persuasive? Well, today we're going to peek behind the curtain of a tool called Zynzo AI. Now, to be clear, this isn't a product review. Instead, we're going to deconstruct its marketing message piece by piece to see exactly how it works. Let's dive in.
Right off the bat, they hit you with this. This isn't just a clever tagline, it's a strategic move. They're immediately trying to change how you think. By drawing a line between plain old content and valuable digital assets, they're elevating what their tool can do for you. This one idea is really the cornerstone of their entire pitch. And then comes the knockout punch, the big promise. This is designed to make you stop scrolling. Just listen to the language they use. Any keyword, sell ready, and under 60 seconds. I mean, that's an incredible claim, right? It promises to fix all your biggest problems almost instantly. This is the hook that's meant to pull you in. Okay, so if you're going to make a promise that big, you have to be solving an equally massive problem. So what is it? What's the deep pain point they're aiming for? Well, the sales page very quickly pivots to talk about all the frustrations of doing things the old way. And here they are. They lay out all the things you probably hate about content creation. They're saying the old way is painfully slow, it's super expensive with all those monthly fees, it's risky to hire people, and you know what? After all that, it's usually not even effective. They're tapping into very real frustrations, hoping you're sitting there nodding your head. Now this is where it gets really clever. They frame it as a simple choice. On one side, you have the hard way, full of burnout and slow growth. On the other, you have the smart way, which leads to more income and more freedom. You see what they did there? It's not just a comparison of features. They're comparing two different versions of your life. The tool is positioned as the only path from struggle to success. So after painting this picture of pain and frustration with the old way, they introduce their solution. And how do they frame it? As something incredibly easy. All that complexity and headache is swept away and replaced with a simple 3-click system. And here are the 3 steps. It's so neat how each one is a direct answer to a problem they just mentioned. Choose gets rid of the confusion. Enter keyword gets rid of all that slow manual work. And publish and profit is the answer to that big question of how to actually make money. It's all wrapped up in a perfect little package. Now, to make that promise feel a bit more real and less abstract, they list exactly what you can create. And we're not talking about simple documents here. They're listing high-value professional assets like magazines, catalogs, and brochures. You know, the kind of stuff that businesses pay good money for. This really helps you picture what you'll get. Okay, and this right here is where the marketing shifts into another gear. It's a pivot from the practical, from what the tool does, to something way more psychological. The focus isn't on the software anymore, it's on who you can become by using it. And that is a really, really powerful sales tactic. And this slide just lays it all out there. They're literally selling you an identity upgrade. They're saying, stop being a struggling creator who has to fight for every gig. Become a successful publisher who gets to choose their clients. It's pure aspirational marketing. It's so powerful because they're not just selling you a tool, they're selling you a better version of yourself. So you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great, but who would I even sell these to? Well, they've got an answer for that. They show you that all kinds of businesses, local shops, agencies, coaches are potential customers. This builds your confidence that yes, there is a real market out there just waiting for what you can create. All right, so we've seen the problem, the promise, and the big psychological pitch. Now the marketing moves into its final phase, laying out the actual deal. This is where they stack the value so high that it feels almost impossible to say no. And the first thing they do is show you this huge number. Whoa! But that's not the price. That's the supposed value of all the free bonuses they're including. This is a classic move called price anchoring. By showing you this really high number first, the actual price, when they finally reveal it, seems like an absolute bargain by comparison. And take a look at the bonuses themselves. They're not random at all. They're specifically chosen to reinforce that core promise of making money. They're giving you training on how to build an agency, how to profit on Amazon. It's all designed to make you feel like you're not just buying a tool, you're buying a complete business in a box. Then you see these 2 magic phrases, one-time payment and lifetime account. In a world where everything is a monthly subscription, this sounds amazing. It suggests security, value, a purchase you make once and own forever. But, as always, the most important details are usually in the fine print.
And that leads us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? What does the word lifetime actually mean in this context? Because it can mean a lot of different things.
So we have to go digging in the frequently asked questions to find the company's official definition.
And there it is, the catch. Lifetime doesn't mean your lifetime. It means the product's lifetime, which they guess is going to be about 5 years. Now that is a crucial detail that totally reframes the offer, doesn't it? What sounds like a forever deal is actually, in a way, more like a long-term plan.
But wait, there's more. Another key detail hidden in the FAQ is this credit system. It turns out that while many features might be unlimited, the core AI functions, the magic part, are not. This is a pretty common model for AI tools, but it's important to know. So the standard plan comes with 10,000 credits. One credit gets you 50 characters of AI text. So what does that mean in the real world? Well, it means you get about 500,000 characters total. That's a pretty good amount to start with, for sure. But it also means that this one-time payment has a built-in limit. If you're a power user, you're almost certainly going to need to buy more credits later. And finally, we have the guarantee. They offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is great, but it's not a no-questions-asked kind of deal. You need to give them a valid reason and show them that you actually gave the platform a fair try. This is meant to protect them, of course, but it's a condition you need to be aware of. So after taking this whole pitch apart, we're left with this final thought. The product promises to completely change digital publishing. But the sales message itself is an absolute masterclass in modern marketing. It hits all the right pain points, sells you a dream identity, and crafts an irresistible offer. And it makes you wonder, what's the real innovation here? The tool itself or the incredible way it's being sold?